Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music. So, Roli, the manufacturer of the Seaboard Rise and countless smaller instruments, including blocks and that little Lumi thing, God, I don't know, the smaller things anyway, um, is in like British Chapter 11, whatever they call it. I guess it's administration is what they're calling it. They've changed their name to Luminary. What does that mean to those of us who've really invested in the Seaboard Rise, who use it, who've committed to it artistically? We're not sure. So I'll take a look today at MPE, at the Seaboard, how I use it, how it shows up in your DAW, and we'll just talk a little bit about the company. Okay, so when I was first introduced to Roli, it was a bunch of years ago at Keith McMillan's house. The the man who founded the company had brought the Seaboard Grand to show us. There was Don Buchla was there, and Keith McMillan, and some other Bay Area composers. And at the time, I said, "This is not for me. I'm a pianist. I don't press on keys." But a few years later, I realized, ooh, that's just what I need for my composing, for the sound that I want to create. And I've loved my Seaboard Rise 49. I have a small Seaboard, I have a small Roli block, the keyboard version of it. You'll see it in the video later. And I have one of their little cubes as well. It's fun for controlling. You can drum on it, et cetera, et cetera. All those instruments travel through a software interface on your laptop or a computer, the Roli dashboard. There's a bunch of products associated with it, including synthesizers like Equator, Equator 2, Strobe, Cypher, etc. But there are other synths now that are using MPE, MIDI polyphonic expression, polyphonic, many sounds. MIDI polyphonic expression takes advantage of multiple MIDI channels at once, a separate MIDI channel for each finger, for each key that you're playing at once, and collects streams of data, velocity, pressure, aftertouch, polyphonic aftertouch, glide, left and right, and then this front and back thing they call slide, which can be used to, say, open and close a filter. It's a powerful tool. And MPE is now kind of everywhere. You'll see it in synths from multiple manufacturers, including Arturia's Pigments, Diva. There certainly are others. I've used Contact, Native Instruments Contact sample player, making multis with separate instances of the same instrument on different MIDI channels to create something like MPE using the Seaboard. Well, it's a great way to get a powerful, expressive sound out of a performance on your keyboard. And I have to say, the 49 might be a little bit big, but the smaller block, the keyboard block, is super portable and very expressive. I brought it with me on holiday with my family this past weekend and set up on the porch. Let's take a look. You can see I'm there in the on the porch on the cooler, and the dashboard has this representation. You can see each note is a different color, and the sliding and the bending all change the color, the sound, the shape of the sound. Well, here we go into the DAW. Made a little track with that bass line. What you're looking at there is aftertouch. Each note generates its own aftertouch sort of curve, and so you're looking at multiple curves because I have overlapping notes. Pitch bend, the same deal. And if you look behind the pitch bend, you can see other lanes of data. There's glide, there's slide. It's crazy, right? This is the slide data opening and closing the filter. The promise of MPE, and of course what keyboard players have been looking for so long, is the power to have a keyboard instrument that's as expressive as a voice, a violin, a lead guitar, and you can get close. I love being able to play 2 or 3 notes at once, open and close them in time just by using my pressure and the rhythm of the slide. Each finger tracks the pitch bend a little bit differently, so you get a very natural, vital, organic sound. Well, what's going to happen with Roli? They say on their website that they're going to continue to support Seaboard, but of course they haven't made any really this past year and a half. It's been really difficult for manufacturing. There are other instruments now which transmit MPE. Keith McMillan actually has one. There are others. I have my sights set on Expressive E's Osmos. It's not going to be an inexpensive instrument, but it's got a keyboard form factor, and it's got the Hawken Continuum synth engine built in. Very appealing. I put a down payment, so to speak, on it. I invested in it early on, and I'm just kind of waiting for them to deliver, waiting with bated breath. I'm fascinated by that instrument. Well, it's been strange days, for Roli, and it always felt to me like they were kind of orbiting success, and that the orbit was decaying a little bit. Maybe their focus as Luminary will help them. That little light up keyboard is certainly appealing, I think, to certain musicians. I think more it's emerging artists, younger musicians. We'll see. It does have some expressive possibilities. Well, should I keep my Rise 49? I've always regretted, every time I've sold an instrument that I thought I wasn't going to use again, I've always regretted it. I wish I had my clavinet. I wish I had my Rhodes. I wish I'd kept my Moog. Well, maybe I'll keep this. I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe to this channel, please. We do videos every week, sometimes 2 a week, mostly about theory. This I just had to touch on because it's going to affect a lot of us who use the Seaboard routinely. I love the instrument, and I'm just hoping that it stays around. I hope this has been useful to you, and if it has, leave a comment for me, please. They're great for the life of the channel. And while I'm at it, thank you so much. The channel's doing great, and it's just a pleasure to be able to do this. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.